Alright, what's going on everyone? How you guys all doing? Definitely didn't just get out of Raids 2 and miss a free-for-all hilt. But yeah, before we get into this video, I have a couple things to talk about. The first one is a few videos back, I did a 3-bond giveaway, partially in celebration for 25k. I'll just be giving away a lot of stuff over the coming videos. So here are the winners from that video on screen now. Basically, if you guys are one of the winners, feel free to contact me in-game or check me out in the Discord. I do have a Discord channel if any of you would like to join it. It is in the links down below. And secondly, we have to talk about last video where I did a runecrafting money making guide where basically you can run Essence in a Discord, and so many people are joining and it's absolutely nuts. A lot of really helpful stuff, people running, people actually paying for it, which is really impressive. But there are so many people that are asking just really nonsensical questions. I don't know if you guys just don't know how to run Discord, which maybe you're new to Discord, that's fair. Please check out the chat channels in there and look through the different ones and just read up on all of it. Almost any question you're going to have is already answered there, so just leave the ranks alone and maybe don't ask too many questions. Just try to find some for yourself to save them the time and effort of teaching everyone when they already have. And as well on this video, we'll be giving away some bonds, so we will give away one for every 250 likes. If you want to be entered, leave a like, leave your name in a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. But with that said, let's go. So that's it for that. Now, as far as what this video is about, is I'm always into what is changing metas and, you know, understanding like what is going on different in the game. And we'll start by going on over to GE Tracker, a sponsor of mine, where they have the price chart for saradomin brews. So here we are, looking at the chart. Basically, we can see how much saradomin brews have gone down recently. And looking at a 6-month span, we can see that saradomin brews typically were 6k, around 6.5, somewhere in there. Over the last year, they were lingering anywhere between 5 to 7k most of the time, and lately, because of birdhouse runs and the popularity of them, saradomin brews have absolutely plummeted down to 3.3k over the last week, going as low as 3,000 on the dot. Now that's very strange. You may be saying, well, if they're going down, what about the price of sharks? And as far as that goes, really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This is where my mind went naturally, and if we look over the quarter, they've gone up drastically, which the two things combining really is why I was questioning everything. They used to be 600 GP, so they used to be 600 GP and brews were 6k. So for every one brew, you'd buy 10 sharks, and so obviously sharks are going to be best. But now for every 3 sharks you buy, you could just buy a brew. So now looking as to what I can gather on this subject and why you'd rather use brews or maybe you'd rather use sharks, I kind of delved on into it. And as far as the HP per inventory space, if you're using a saradomin brew 4 with max HP, you will be getting what is 64 HP per inventory slot compared to a shark that is only 20. Now when you factor in that for every 3 sips of saradomin brew you have to use a restore potion, that means that really you're only getting 48 HP per inventory slot rather than 20, but still that's 2.5 times as much, so really useful. Now looking over in game, basically this is something that kind of caught me off guard. I thought another factor I'd have to take into account would be super restores, because people know that for every 3 saradomin brew doses you drink, you have to drink 1 super restore to get kicked back up to 99 or whatever level you are. It'll restore your stats, and that's nice. Now these restore potions actually are somewhat expensive, coming in about 2.5k per dose, as we can see here. So that's another cost you would have to consider. However, that's not the case with this, and I guess really anywhere you go with saradomin brews, you could just drink regular restore potions. If I do that right here, as you can see, back to 99. The only perk really of the restore is that it gives you prayers. So you super restores in any situation where you're going to need prayer, and then regular restores in a situation where you won't need it. Ultimately, I see 2 kinds of logic that would lead you to use sharks rather than brews. The first one being is that you're attacking something that isn't going to deal any damage back. If you're attacking a monster that obviously isn't going to deal much damage and you don't need to stay there longer, then the brews obviously don't make a difference. It's not worth the cost. And then the only other time I can really tell this being a big factor is if you have to constantly super combat back up, but most of the time you're not going to be taking too much damage at once for it to really matter. You're probably going to have to pot up anyways, so you may as well just pot back up whenever you use saradomin brew up. Now the places that I see it being the most viable, the first one is Vorkath. I mean, like, Vorkath is something that the banking time is a lot of it. Like, if you don't have Fremi Boots 4, the banking time can be a little bit. So being able to stay there with saradomin brews instead of regular mana rays. I also added in Slayer bosses, mostly in the form of Kraken, and as well with that, Cerberus. I think that was initially where I found this, was I was going to go kill Cerberus, and then I was like, wow, I should just bring saradomin brews. It upped my kills per trip from what was typically about 5 to close to 12 12 to 13, which was really, really nice and made for a lot less running. The task as itself was a lot easier to do, so I was happy with it. In addition to that, wildy bosses I think is a really good place, because with wildy bosses you kind of just want to stay where you are. Running around puts you at risk of dying. In addition to that, it's kind of hard to get back to the bosses sometimes. I also think it'd be really good in high-level Slayer situations where you're actually taking decent damage over time. And I mean, honestly, anything you're doing in the wildy, like, there's no point to just take sharks if brews are going to be just as good and you have the chance of a PK or finding you. You may as well just take brews. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just something really cool that I found recently in game, and I figured I'd let everyone know. Now, I get a lot of stuff in the comments. Sometimes it's memeing, sometimes it's genuine, and for anyone wondering, no, I don't merch and I don't invest in the stuff like this where I make videos about it. This is something legitimately cool that I found in game, so I made a video on it. If I were to merch and invest in this stuff, then you guys wouldn't like my, I mean, you know, it's a give and take. If I'm using you, then you'll understand that. I have 5k saradomin brews. I used to have 7k. I've been stocked up on them for a while. It's 15 mil. I think we're good. You know, I think we're in the clear. There's no reason for me to do it. I think it hurts credibility more than I could ever care about some more in-game pixels whenever I already have, you know, I already have like 1.7. I don't care. I don't need any more. Oh, come back. Ah. But yeah, so that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and hopefully you guys get some use out of it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Anything you want to see from me, let me know in a comment down below. And finally, if you're in the mood, feel free to subscribe for more videos in the future. But with that said, hopefully you guys do have a wonderful day. And bye-bye.